and welcome back to the Restart CBD channel. Today I am walking you through the Mighty Plus by Storz and Bickel. Storz and Bickel is a German manufacturer of herb vaporizers. Their flagship product is the Volcano, which if you're curious about that product, we have a video, so go check that out below. And we also have another video on their Crafty Plus, which is a little bit lower price point of a model and also a little bit less functionality than the Mighty Plus, which is what we're covering today. And then of course, there's the Mighty Plus. This is the product that we are going to be walking through today. This is my personal favorite product. I literally use this thing daily. I think herb vaping is super beneficial because people who still enjoy smoking but are realizing some of the adverse effects of smoking when you're using combustion and other toxins that are coming because of the combustion when you're heating those herbs up at such a high temperature really can cause some inflammation. And so herb vaporizing is a better way, in my opinion, to consume, to inhale cannabis, to inhale herbs, and to get the benefits of that in a fast acting manner that is inhalation. So this is seriously one of my favorite devices. Like I said, I use this one every day. This is the Mighty Plus. What I like about this compared to the Crafty Plus, the Crafty Plus is specifically set on just kind of like a static temperature. The temperature cannot change. Compared to the Mighty Plus, you can see that there is an up arrow and a down arrow, which is very similar to the Volcano. You can change the temperature. Also a benefit of herb vaporizing, especially with something like the Mighty Plus, is getting different temperatures because different temperatures can basically activate different cannabinoids. So there's definitely some science and there's a lot of resources on the internet, but depending on what cannabinoid you are trying to hit, so CBD versus THC, you might want to play around and see what is going to be the best temperature for you. Herb vaping does have a little bit of a growing period. Like it does take some time to figure out how to best use it for your herbs, for your preference. I personally, because I come from a smoking background, I like seeing a plume of smoke. Because you're hitting it with vapor, it might not always produce that plume of smoke. So you'll definitely need to be playing around with the temperature. But like I said, once you kind of figure it out, it can be really powerful and really convenient and really easy for you to be able to navigate and get the desired effects that you were looking for. So to get started, you obviously need your device, which here is the Mighty Plus. I also think it's really helpful to, obviously you want to have your flower. So today I have the Golden Pineapple from Restart CBD, which by the way, we have the Mighty Plus in stock at restartcbd.com and in our retail if you're local to Austin. We also have Golden Pineapple, which is a very tasty hybrid strain that I've been loving recently. So, it's in the morning, we're gonna use a little bit of CBD to get our day going. So I've already added some to my grinder, and then a grinder is the best kind of tool to invest in if you're gonna be, consuming and using cannabis flower a lot. It's going to grind the bud up so it gets it into that nice round texture, right? So it's gonna be basically, you don't want to just put a nug into the device because there's so many little nooks and crannies that you want to make sure that it's evenly ground so that the heat can kind of get around all those little pieces. Another thing to note that I wanted to kind of highlight too, think of herb vaping similar to baking in an oven versus using a grill to cook. So grilling, you're using flame, you're using fire, similar to combustion. If you're smoking a joint, you're smoking out of a bong. This is going to be convection heating. It's going to heat more with hot air, essentially is what's happening. And so it's heating the device up to a certain temperature and it is baking the bud inside the device to give you that vapor. So you can inhale it and feel the benefits of the cannabinoids in the cannabis. So with that said, this is the device. You basically are going to twist the top off, and that is where you're going to be loading your herbs in this little chamber. I don't think that you should pack it to the top. Again, it's going to be super preferential for you, how much you want to load, how much you get out of it. There is a little bit of user error because you're trying to figure out what's the right ratio, what's the right, this, that, and the other. I honestly just take a little pinch and put it in there. And then the Mighty Plus comes with this little orange dongle-y thing that kind of slides right out. I honestly didn't really know much about it other than using it as a kickstand. So in the Mighty Plus, it actually doesn't stand on the table. So when you flip the kickstand little dongle around, you can actually set that down on a table, no problem. So another benefit of this little thing, once I pack this chamber, and again, nothing like super crazy amount. I'm not trying to overfill it. I did just do a little too much in the side. You don't want to do that. And so again, I'm going to take this little end piece and I'm going to just pat it down. And it's going to make it nice and pretty for us. So another tip is you definitely don't want to turn this on while you are loading it. You basically want to load the chamber and then put the lid back on. And then you're going to push the button on the side and you're going to turn it on. It is going to go to the temperature that you have set. I keep mine at about 350 to 358 degrees Fahrenheit. That's again just a preference that I've discovered works really, really good for the herbs that I'm smoking and for the plumes of smoke, the density of the smoke that I am seeking. So if you want to change the temperature, you can do so kind of at any point. You can push the down arrow, so now it's going down a couple degrees, or I can push it back up and go back up. And so basically you can watch the numbers climb up on the clock. And then once it hits that temperature that matches basically what your setting is, it will then be ready to go. So I will wait, I can visually see when the temperature is climbing. It will also give me a vibrate like it just did that it is ready to go. So once it's turned on, it's loaded, it's ready to go, and to the right temperature, you're going to flip this little mouthpiece to the side and you're simply going to suck on it like you would a straw. You definitely don't want to suck too fast. You also want to make sure that you're drawing so you can get that vapor, because again, it's a different density than traditional like smoke coming out of a bong or a joint or a pipe or anything like that. So like I said, this is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and give it a little inhale. Voila, it was that easy. Some other kind of things to keep in mind with the Mighty Plus and just really herb vaping in general, you are going to have to like figure out how much to load, how much like uses you're gonna get out of each load. For example, when I pack mine, I get anywhere from 5 to 6 uses out of it. I have read that once you kind of expire and you see the smoke kind of becoming a little bit more thin, you can raise the temperature to kind of heat the leftover bud so you can kind of get the maximum amount out of it. I don't necessarily do that. It's again, really preferential. But something super cool that you can do once you know that you kind of like used all of it up, you can save. I recommend saving. Let me just make sure I turn this off. So another super cool thing about herb vaping, basically the device is decarboxylating the flower for you. If you're not familiar with decarboxylation, decarboxylating is essentially activating the cannabinoids. So whether you're using hemp flower with high CBD or other cannabis with high THC, save the spent cannabis so that you can bake with it, because you're already activating those cannabinoids, and it's gonna be a pretty cool way to, you know, use your product for other things like baking, gummies, brownies, things like that. So that's pretty much it. That's how you use the device. You open it, you load it, you turn it on, hit the right temperature. When it buzzes, you inhale, use it up as many times as you can, and then you open it up, dump it out, and go on to your day. So that's the Mighty Plus by Storz and Bickel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you like these videos and you want to see more, make sure you hit subscribe so that you get alerted anytime we have a new video. If you're local to Austin, come shop with us at Restart CBD in North Austin. We'd love to see you, meet you, hang out, high five, show you these products IRL. And otherwise, thanks for tuning into this video. Hope you learned something, hope you enjoy. And if you're a Storz and Bickel fan like us, let us know down below. Thanks y'all, bye.